So if you want to start a YouTube channel, you might ask yourself if it's actually worth it. Well, let me tell you, because not only have I been doing this for over 2 years, but between my wife and I, we have also spent almost $20,000 to learn about business, marketing, sales, you name it. So clearly, I think that it's worth being a creator. But in this video, I will give you 8 reasons of why I love it so much, and hopefully they motivate you to start as well. And the last reason is by far the most important. So let's jump in. Reason number 1. So I had a handful of other careers before becoming a creator. I was a web designer, a coder, a product designer, technical consultant, a chief of product. Well, I did a few different things. And each of these careers lasted a few years each. But then one night, and I never spoke about this with anyone before, I sat in this very spot, on a different couch, but in this very spot. And it suddenly dawned on me. I was incredibly unhappy. I was sitting here being extremely sad, and I just realized that what I'm doing didn't fulfill me in any way, shape or form. So I decided that something has to change. But even after this decision, it took me several months to actually quit my job. And that started arguably a really fun time in my life, but also a complete waste of time, because I was playing literally like World of Warcraft for like 12 hours every day. And that is something that being a creator actually fixed, because for the first time after months of this 12-hour, World of Warcraft days, I had a drive to learn something new. And let me tell you, being a creator requires you to learn a lot of skills, but we'll get there later. Long story short, making videos like this one that I make for you right now gives me purpose, because it might end up helping someone, and I really like that. Reason number 2. So if you are like me in your 30s or 40s, I'm almost 40, I'm still in my 30s, right? Then you know that making friends gets harder and harder as we get older. It is so much easier to make friends when you're younger. But as I get older, not only do I realize that it is hard to make new friends, but it's also hard to stay in touch with old ones. But creating content has changed this for me, because now I'm suddenly surrounded by a lot of people that are trying to do the very same thing. They're trying to figure out how to make better videos, how to grow, how to make money, how to talk to brands, how to do copywriting, how to do sales pages, how to do this, how to analyze your analytics. There is so much to learn, and you're in it together. I am shocked by the amount of people that I now talk to almost every single day, some of which I now consider my new friends. And fun fact, one of the things that I figured out is that a lot of creators are introverts. So if you want to make new friends, or maybe you are even an introvert and you don't really know what to do, being a creator might be a good career for you. Reason number 3. Another thing that I really like about being a creator is that I'm more creative. So as I said, I had other careers in the past. Particularly for the vast majority of my life, I used to be a coder, like a web developer. You understand that it's a very analytical job, right? There's not a lot of creativity in coding. For me, this might be a more controversial thing, but I love video editing. So the majority of what I call creative work goes into my video edit. But if you don't like video editing, maybe you have other skills that you enjoy. For example, maybe you like writing, in which case scripting your videos might be something that you really enjoy. Or maybe it's organizing. Maybe you just like planning and organizing, in which case you could create huge spreadsheets and do calculations of which titles and thumbnails and video concepts work the best, right? So I would say that if you are a creative, or if you want to do more creative work, because maybe you come from a job like a web developer and you want to go from more analytical work to just more creative work, then again, being a creator might be for you. Reason number 4, and let's be honest, that's probably one of the main reasons that a lot of people want to become creators. Getting free stuff. And I've gotten my fair share of this recently, especially since I started taking YouTube more seriously. For me, it's a mix of pitching. So I have a specific email template that I send out to brands. And if you want me to make a video on this, then let me know in the comments down below. And brands pitching me, right? So it's like a mix of both. But here's the thing. I don't actually like getting free stuff anymore because, well, 2 reasons. Number 1 is that when brands send you something, they expect something in return, right? So the smaller of a creator you are, the more they will push you to make content for sometimes literally a $15 gadget. This gets better as you get bigger because brands, they just send you stuff and hope that you make content, but when you're smaller, it's a bit of a different game. And the second reason is that I would rather get paid, right? So I would rather have a direct payment agreement with the brand, which is something that I'm working to get much better at, than to get like free stuff and there's an expectation of making a video in return. But yeah, if you do want to get more free stuff, amazing, being a creator will get you there. Reason number 5, and this is totally related because as I said, getting free stuff is great, but getting paid is better. There are other revenue streams of creators that most people don't even think about. For example, affiliate marketing. You can use Amazon or other networks to recommend products and then you get a sale commission when you make a sale. But let me be honest, as a small creator that doesn't do brand deals, you don't make a lot of money and I definitely couldn't live from it quite yet. Me personally, in just the last 90 days, I have made about $235, of which 200 came from long form videos and only about $40 came from short form. If you want me to make a full video on how creators make money, then let me know because I'm happy to share all of my knowledge with you while I figure it out myself. Reason number 6. Another thing that I really like about being a creator is that you're constantly forced into learning new things because as a creator, you're not just an influencer, you are an entrepreneur. Being a creator is like running a business. And as I said in the beginning of the video, there are a lot of different skills that an entrepreneur needs. For example, marketing, graphic design for like YouTube thumbnails, for example, copywriting, script writing, like the creation of digital products, right? There is so much stuff that you have to learn. And while it can be overwhelming when you start out, because let's be honest, there's just so much to learn, I never sit around asking myself, what should I be doing? I always have something to do. That doesn't mean that I always do these things, but it definitely means that I never have to ask myself twice what I will be doing next. I have read a lot of books recently, for example, and I wasn't big on books before my creator journey. Alex Hormozi and Russell Brunson are really good starting points and I can highly recommend their books. If you are kind of lost and you don't really know what to do next, then building a business, and that is what being a creator is, might be a really good choice for you. Reason number 7. And you know what? All this learning, all these books, all the videos you watch, they're not only for your business, but also for yourself, which inevitably leads to self-development. For example, I could have never sat here 2 years ago talking into the camera directly to you with the presence that I have right now. And I'm not saying I have a good camera presence, right? But if you look at my videos from 2 years ago, they look like absolute garbage in comparison. And it makes you aware of things that you didn't even know existed. For example, at some point, it's not on my immediate agenda, but at some point I really want to become a better communicator. And I'm talking about like voice delivery. There's a whole science around this that makes you a more engaging speaker. It's super niche and I only picked it up because I watch my own videos. And I'm asking myself, how can I get better? How can I make this into a better video, you know? So being a creator really is a journey of self-development, learning business skills, and just love learning new skills. And again, I love that. Number 8, this one is the most important, at least for me. So I kept this one for last because I really think it's the most meaningful and the most important one, but it will depend on what type of person you are. I want to have a legacy, something to leave behind. And it doesn't need to be physical. It can just be in the way that I helped other people, because in my head, there's this butterfly or ripple effect. You never know how far-reaching something you think, say, or do today will affect lives of millions tomorrow. B.J. Palmer. You might never know how many people watch your videos and then go on to do great things. That will then inspire even more people to do even greater things just because you did or said something to the right person at the right time. And this might be silly to you, but I want this to be my legacy. I want to help creators just like you become better at what it is you do, so that you can go on and do great things yourself. But it's not all rainbows and butterflies, and there are things that I really don't like about being a creator. And I'll make a video about it, and if it's out already, you can find it right here.